time activities.
Unit 3, Period 1, Activity 1. Against. Arrange. At least. Exam. Forest. Island. Leisure time. Might. Pretty. Quad bike. Rugby. Senior. View. Word formation. Across. Cross. Arrange. Arrangement. Energy. Energetic. Interesting. Interest. Photo. Photography. Practice. Practice.
2. Look at pictures AC on the next page. Do the tasks. 1. Name these people and say what countries they are from. 2. Say what you can about the activities in the pictures. A. Her name's Michiko. She's from Japan. She's arranging flowers. B. His name's Larry. He's from South Africa. He's whitewater rafting. C. Her name's Lucy. She's from New Zealand. She's taking photos at a rugby match.
Period 1. Activity 3. 1.
My family are sports crazy. My brother Mark is very energetic. He plays for the senior rugby team at our local club, and we all have to watch all their matches. Oh, sorry, you might not know about rugby. It's a bit like football. In football, you can't carry the ball, but in rugby, you can carry it. You don't have to kick it all the time. I prefer to go camping though. I belong to the Scouts, and we always go in summer. We cross from North Island to South Island. You should see it. You'd love it. I could email you some photos. Shall I do that? And could you send me some photos of Palestine? Photography's my other big interest. I'm the one with the camera at Mark's recent match against an Australian team.
2.
Our farm is east of Johannesburg, beside the Sabi River. We grow lemons, and it's very pretty and green. I like painting the view sometimes. Across the river, my sister and I love riding through the forest on our quad bikes. We go whitewater rafting too. The river's wild here, and it's really exciting. Mum says we shouldn't do it because we may hurt ourselves, but we're very careful, so we always tell her she mustn't worry.
3.
I don't get much leisure time. I'm in grade 11 at school now, and it's hard. Most of us also go to exam practice school, and we have to do homework for both. Tokyo's huge, 30 million people, and we can't easily leave the city. But at least my friends and I can get to a lovely park near home. We sometimes play tennis there, and then we go to a coffee shop and chat. I enjoy quieter things too. For example, I do traditional flower arranging. In the picture, I'm finishing one of my arrangements. It's late now and I must stop. I need to get things ready for tomorrow. Write soon.
3. Listen and do the tasks. 1. Match pictures AC to emails 1 to 3. A 3, B 2, C 1. 2. Say where in their countries these people live. Michiko, Tokyo, Larry, Johannesburg, Lucy, North Island. 3. Name the activities in the pictures. Whitewater rafting, quad biking. 4. Read to complete the table. Energetic. Michiko. Playing tennis with her friends. Quiet. Michiko. Flower arranging. Larry. Riding quad bikes with his sister. Painting the view of the lemon trees. Lucy. Going camping with the scouts. Doing photography. 5. Work in pairs. Ask and answer questions about the table in Activity 4. Student A. Does Michiko do anything energetic in her free time? Student B. Yes, she likes, but she has a quieter side, too. She also enjoys. 6. Work in pairs. Read out the emails. My family are sports crazy. My brother, Mark, is very energetic. He plays for the senior rugby team at our local club, and we all have to watch all their matches. Oh, sorry, you might not know about rugby. It's a bit like football. In football you can't carry the ball, but in rugby you can carry it. You don't have to kick it all the time. I prefer to go camping though. I belong to the Scouts and we always go in summer. We cross from North Island to South Island. You should see it. You'd love it. I could email you some photos. Shall I do that? And could you send me some photos of Palestine? Photography's my other big interest. I'm the one with the camera at Mark's recent match against an Australian team. Two. Our farm is east of Johannesburg, beside the Sabi River. We grow lemons and it's very pretty and green. I like painting the view sometimes. Across the river, my sister and I love riding through the forest on our quad bikes. We go whitewater rafting, too. The river's wild here and it's really exciting. Mum says we shouldn't do it because we may hurt ourselves. But we're very careful, so we always tell her she mustn't worry. 3. I don't get much leisure time. I'm in grade 11 at school now and it's hard. Most of us also go to exam practice school, and we have to do homework for both. Tokyo's huge, 30 million people, and we can't easily leave the city, but at least my friends and I can get to a lovely park near home. We sometimes play tennis there and then we go to a coffee shop and chat. I enjoy quieter things, too. For example, I do traditional flower arranging. In the picture, I'm finishing one of my arrangements. It's late now and I must stop. I need to get things ready for tomorrow. Write soon. 1. Replace with new words from period 1. Make any changes needed. 1. Hisham is always the one who's the most energetic of all of us. 2. Huda doesn't have any interests to give herself a rest from work. 3. Photographic Rose is the thing that Sally loves most. 4. Don't cross the road here. There's too much traffic. 5. We have an exam at the end of the year. 6. I'm very busy with schoolwork now, so I don't get much leisure time. 7. There are over 1 million trees in the forest here. It's huge. 2. Add other new words from period 1. Make any changes needed. 1. A. Have you made any arrangements for tomorrow? B. Yes, I've arranged an appointment with the doctor. 2. A. Mark plays for the senior rugby team, doesn't he? B. No, he's still in the juniors, but he might go up next year. 3. A. It's 10 kilometers right round our little island. B. Then let's have a race round it on our quad bikes. 4. A. Look at the lovely view across the valley. B. Yes, it's very pretty, isn't it? 5. A. We haven't had enough practice before the big match tomorrow. B. No, but at least we managed to do some training yesterday. 6. A. I've heard you play rugby here and not football. B. That's right, and we've got a big match against an Australian team this weekend. Now work in pairs. Check your work and then practice. 3. Read again and answer the questions. 1. What energetic activities do these people like doing? Michiko, playing tennis. Lucy, going camping. Larry, riding quad bike. 2. Where do they go to do them? Michiko, the park. Lucy, South Island. Larry, by the river. 3. Who do they like going there with? Michiko, her friends. Lucy, the scouts. Larry, his sister. 4. Why does Larry's mother get worried? Because she thinks Larry and his sister will hurt themselves. 5. What is Lucy not completely happy about? Watching rugby matches. 6. How could Michiko's life be better? It would be better if she had more leisure time. 4. Work in pairs. Think and discuss. Would you like to try any of the activities that you have read about? 1. Read the examples. 1. We may hurt ourselves. 2. You might not know about rugby. 3. You can carry the ball in rugby. 4. We can't easily leave the city. 5. I could email you some photos. 6. Could you send me some photos? 7. Shall I email you some photos? 2. Work in pairs. Add the correct modal verbs. A. Oh, no. I've forgotten my key, so I can't open the car door. It might be in the living room. B. Shall I go back to the house and get it for you? A. Or we could just walk to the shops. It's only 300 meters. B. Yes, let's do that. It's crazy to drive a short distance like that. 3. Read the examples. 1. You should see it. 2. Mom says we should not do it. 3. It is late now and I must stop. 4. We tell her she must not worry. 5. We have to do homework. 6. You do not have to kick the ball. 7. I need to get things ready. 8. I do not need to get things ready. For work in pairs, add the correct modal verbs. 1. A. You mustn't try to use that path. It's collapsing into the sea. B. Thanks. But then they should close it. It's dangerous. 2. A. Tomorrow's a holiday, so I don't need to get up early. B. Oh, yes, you do. We have to help Mum with the housework before our guests arrive. Remember, she asked us last night.
Period 4. Activity 1. Afford. Business. Castle. Decorate. Frame. For free. No money. On my, his, her, their, our, own. Recycle. Similar. Supply. Think of. Turn into. Word formation. Acceptable. Accept. Color. Colorful. Miss. Missing.
Two. Look at the pictures in the passage and do the tasks. 1. Describe what you can see. A boy is fixing a bicycle. A girl is decorating a cake. 2. Read the title of the passage and the titles of the two parts. Say what Joe's and Anne's stories are probably about. Joe's story is probably about a boy who is good at repairing bikes. He wants to start a business with bikes. Anne's story is about a girl who is good at decorating cakes. She wants to start a business making cakes. 3. Read and do the tasks. 1. Check that your answer to activity 2.2 was correct. 2. Say what Joe can offer people that is special and unusual. He can make a new bike from bits of old bikes. 3. Say what Anne can offer people that is special and unusual. She can decorate cakes in a way they like. 4. Read and answer the questions. 1. Why did Joe have to start doing what he does now? Because his family could not afford to buy him a new. 2. Who helped him to start and how? His neighbors helped him, by giving him an old broken bike. 3. How do we know that his products are popular? Because he has constructed similar cheap bikes for several friends. 4. Who helped Anne to start doing what she does now? Her mother helped her. 5. How did a lot of people find out about her skills? Because they saw her cakes at birthday parties. 6. How do we know that her products are popular? Because Anne gets more orders than she can manage. 7. Who is nearer to having a real business, Joe or Anne? Anne, because she is working with a shop, not just making bikes for friends. Turning a hobby into a business. Joe's story. Joe loves bikes, especially looking after them. At 14, B badly needed to get a bigger bike, but his dad had lost his job, so the family could not afford to buy him S1. He had to think of something else. One day, a neighbor was throwing away an old bike. The frame was damaged and it needed a new wheel, but everything else was fine. When Joe 10 asked, Mr. Wilson said, "Take it. If you can repair or recycle it, I'll be happy." Joe then found a similar old bike on the internet, for free. Several parts were missing, but the frame and wheels were good. So that weekend, he was able to build his new bike, and B did not have to pay anything for it. Since then, B has constructed similar cheap bikes for several friends. He is now 20 thinking this could become a real business. When B leaves school. Anne's story. Anne started helping her mum make biscuits when she was 5. Of course, she could not do everything on her own at that age, but she soon became especially good at decorating biscuits. She could make colorful designs that everyone loved. Then her mum helped her to start making cakes, eat her brother's birthday cake in the shape of a car. She managed to add lots of details like the windows and wheels, and he loved it. So did the other children, and their as mothers. Soon, one of them asked for another one. She had to make this in the shape of a princess's castle. More orders followed. Then a cake shop asked her to supply them. and was 40 worried about time, but they offered a special arrangement, and did not have to accept all their orders, only the ones that she could manage. This week's project is a wedding cake 45 for 100 people. 1. Replace with new words from period 4. Make any changes needed. 1. By autumn, the young birds turned into adults. 2. The two pictures looked similar. 3. All the walls look very dark. We need to decorate the whole house. 4. We can get into the museum for free. 5. In this factory, they recycle old glass into new bottles. 6. I love the way her pictures are so colorful. 7. We counted the children and one of them was missing. 2. Add other new words from period 4. Make any changes needed. 1. A. Did they really use to make the frames of planes from wood? B. Yes, but when planes got bigger, they had to think of something else. 2. A. Is Tariq's new internet business doing well? B. Yes, very well, so they can now afford to move into bigger offices. 3. A. Where did they get all the stone to build that huge castle? B. That was supplied from a local quarry. 4. A. Are you going to accept their job offer? B. I'm not sure. It may be too much for me to do on my own. It needs 2 people. Now work in pairs. Check your work and then practice. 3. Read the passage again and do the tasks. Say what the underlined words and phrases refer to. 1. Line 33. And he loved it. Anne's brother, the cake. 2. Lines 34 to 35. So did the other children, and their mothers. They loved it. 3. Lines 35 to 36. Soon, one of them asked for another one. One of the children a cake. 4. Lines 38 to 39. Then a cake shop asked her to supply them. The cake shop. Now say what the underlined words mean. 1. Lines 2 to 3. At 14, he badly needed to get a bigger bike, to a large degree. 2. Line 3. His dad had lost his job, his company stopped employing him. 3. Lines 15 to 16. He was able to build his new bike, a bike to replace the bike that was too small. 4. Lines 39 to 40, and was worried about time, the amount of spare time she had and how she spent it. For work in pairs. Think and discuss. 1. What leisure interests do you have? 2. You wanted to, could you do any of these as a job? 1. Add these activities to the table below. Camping. Flower arranging. Photography. Rugby. Tennis. Whitewater rafting. Verbs. Do. Go. Play. Activities in the emails. Cooking, photography, flower arranging. Swimming, camping, whitewater. Volleyball, rugby, tennis. Other activities. Art, homework. Climbing, running. Basketball, the guitar. Now add these new activities to the table. Art. Basketball. Climbing. Homework. Running. The guitar. Now talk about activities that you do. I usually go running after school. What about you? I don't often go running. I prefer to play volleyball. 2. Add these words to verbs from the passage on page 37. A design. A job. An order. Accept an order. Accept an invitation. Accept an idea. Accept a person. Lose a job. lose a match, lose a phone, lose weight, make an appointment, make a cake, make a mistake, make a design. Now add these other words that also go with the verbs. An appointment, a cake, an idea, a mistake, a person, a phone, an invitation, wait, a match. Now complete the sentences with verb-noun pairs from the network above. Make any changes needed. 1. Tom prefers the old ways. He takes a long time to accept an idea that's new. 2. I'm not very well. I'm going to make an appointment to see the doctor. 3. Our team are doing well. They haven't lost a match all year. 4. I'm 8 kilos too heavy. I really need to lose weight. 5. I made a mistake and went the wrong way. I had to go back and start again. 6. I've accepted an invitation to a party on Saturday, but I may not enjoy it because I only know 1 or 2 other people who will be there. 1. Read the examples. 1. At 5, Anne could make biscuits. 2. Now, she can make a wedding cake. 3. She could not do everything on her own. 4. She cannot accept every order. 5. Joe was able to look after bikes. 6. These days, he is able to build bikes. 7. At 14, Joe had to build his own bike. 8. Anne has to make orders she accepts. 9. Anne did not have to make cakes for her friends, but she did. 10. Joe does not have to build bikes for his friends, but he does. To complete the story, use past forms, positive or negative, of the verbs in brackets. Green Hill Sports and Leisure Centre. John West. 23 High Street, Weston. IJ48PD. Last year, I was once late for basketball practice at the Sports and Leisure Centre, so I had to run and I forgot my door key. When I got home, of course, I couldn't get in. It was very cold and I didn't want to spend the night outside, so I had to find another way into the house. Luckily, I didn't have to look very far because a small kitchen window was open. However, I couldn't climb through it because it was not big enough. Instead, though, I was able to reach inside and open the big window next to it. I started climbing in. But then the police arrived. At first, I just couldn't make them understand that I lived there. I had to explain 3 times and show them the address on my Sports and Leisure Centre card before I was able to make them believe me. 3. Complete the statements. You can use these ideas. Use the verbs in brackets. Walk, run. Run, ride a bike. Tidy up my room, wash the dishes. 1. When I was 1, I could walk but I couldn't run. 2. When I was 4, I was able to run but I wasn't able to ride a bike. 3. When I was 10, I had to tidy up my room, but I did not have to wash. 1. Complete the conversation. Choose the correct verbs in brackets. A. Emma, you should watch the program on Egypt this evening. It may be useful for your school project. B. You're right, Dad, and I'd love to watch it, but I really cannot because we've got a big test tomorrow and I must do a lot of work. Get ready for that. I mustn't lose a minute. A. Well, shall I put it on a DVD for you? Then you can watch it after you finish work tonight. B. Thanks, but I may not be able to watch it then. I'll be very tired. A. Well, you don't have to watch it tonight. You can watch it tomorrow after your test. B. Yes, that's a good idea. But excuse me now, Dad, I really should go and start work. A. Alright, Emma, but you mustn't work too hard or too late. It won't help you tomorrow if you do. To complete the conversation, use have to, not have to or mustn't. A. Tomorrow's a holiday, so I don't have to get up early. B. Okay, you don't have to get up very early. But you mustn't get up too late, either. Remember, we're going to the beach and so we have to leave quite early. The roads will be very busy. A. Oh, yes. So what time do we have to go? B. Well, we certainly mustn't leave any later than 8 o'clock. A. Let's get everything ready tonight. Then we won't have to worry about doing that in the morning. We'll be able to just get up, have breakfast and leave. B. Yes, but the food for our picnic lunch needs to be fresh, so we will have to make that in the morning. A. But we don't have to take a picnic. We can go to a restaurant by the beach. B. No, we mustn't do that. Those places are all far too expensive.
Period 9. Activity 1. Part 1. Things were still bad at the end of last year. After I'd been sick for so long, I was still very weak. I could walk again, but I couldn't go very far. I always got tired very quickly. And when I went out, I needed to use a wheelchair. I was beginning to think that my days as a fit and healthy person were finished. Then, the doctor advised me to go to the sports and leisure centre. She suggested swimming to help me get stronger. She said I should just go slowly up and down the swimming pool, and then slowly start swimming farther. And you know, it worked. 2 months later, I didn't need to use my wheelchair anymore. And I started playing basketball again last month. Period 9. Activity 2. Part 2.
I'm the manager, Carl Highgate, and I'd like to say welcome to the new Sports and Leisure Centre, Miss Ross.
Thanks. It looks a great place.
Tell me, have you decided what you'd like to do?
Perhaps you could suggest a few things.
Yes, of course. Would you like to try an energetic activity or a quieter activity?
I'd like to try something quieter.
Fine. Now, do you want to try learning skills for the home or learning skills for work?
I'd like to try skills for the home, I think.
All right. You could do home repairs, for example.
Home repairs sounds like hard work, and I'm not very interested.
Well, what about cooking? That's very useful.
But I'm really bad at cooking.
Well then, I think you should try easy cooking.
Good idea. Thank you very much for your help.
Period 9. Activity 3. 1. Energetic or quieter? 2. An energetic activity or a quieter activity? 3. Would you like to try an energetic activity or a quieter activity?
For work in pairs, read and act out. Carl Highgate. Tell me, Have you decided what you'd like to do? Maddie Ross. Perhaps you could suggest a few things. Carl Highgate. Yes, of course. Would you like to try an energetic activity or a quieter activity? Maddie Ross. I'd like to try something quieter. Carl Highgate. Fine. Now, do you want to try learning skills for the home or learning skills for work? Maddie Ross. I'd like to try skills for the home, I think. 1. Write the short forms. They are all in the emails on pages 32 to 33. 1. It is. It's. 2. Should not. Shouldn't. 3. We are. We're. 4. You would. You'd. 5. I am. I'm. 6. Cannot. Can't. 2. Write the full form of the underlined words. 1. Mark's running with the ball. Mark is running. 2. Mark's just scored. Mark has just scored. 3. I'd never tried a quad before I rode Larry's. I had. 4. I'd love to buy one, but they're expensive. I would. 3. Correct the sentences. Put the correct possessive forms at the end. Note. The boy's bike. The 2 boys' bikes. The 2 children's bikes. 1. This is Michiko flower arrangement. Michiko's. 2. Our children quads are outside. Children's. 3. Lucy's brother name is Mark. Lucy's brothers. 4. Larry parents' names are John and Susan. Larry's parents. For work in pairs. Ask and answer the questionnaire. Questionnaire, young people today. Please take a few minutes to answer our questions. This will help us to get a better idea of young people's regular daily lives. 1. What time do you have to get up to go to school? 2. What about the weekend? Do you still have to get up so early? 3. How much homework do you usually do? For how much more or less do you think you should do? 5. Did you have to do much to help at home 10 years ago? 6. What do you have to do to help at home now? 7. What do you usually do with your free time at the weekend? 8. What can't you do and why? For example, because there's no time or you're not allowed to. Unit task, describing your regular daily life. 5. Answer the questionnaire about yourself. Write a paragraph. Use connecting words, like but to join answers 1 and 2, for example. Around the world in 80 days. Saving the Huda. Fog and Passepartout were now on their way across India by train. They traveled through forests full of wild animals and groups of dangerous people who often attacked others. A British Army officer, Sir Francis Cromarty, sat with them. He knew India well, and he said to Fogg, "Your friend made a big mistake at the temple. If the British police catch him, he will have big problems." "Perhaps," Fogg replied calmly. "But that won't stop me. I've done nothing wrong, so I will continue my journey." A little later, the train suddenly stopped. A man walked through the train and asked everyone to get off. "Why have we stopped?" Fogg asked. "The railway stops here," the train conductor said. "It isn't finished. It starts again at Allahabad, 50 miles 10 from here." The 3 men left the train and started looking for other transport. Fogg found and bought an elephant for £2,000. He also found a guide. The 3 travelers climbed on the elephant, and their guide led them through the dangerous forest. Hours later, they heard something strange. They hid and watched. It was a group of people who were 15 singing, dancing and playing sad music. They were carrying the dead body of someone rich, and they were making a beautiful young woman walk next to the body. Sir Francis knew what was happening. "This is a sati," he said. They will burn the woman alive with her dead husband tomorrow morning. Fogg said, I think we should save this woman. I do, too, said Sir Francis, but it will be very dangerous. They followed the crowd to a temple, but they could not rescue her there. There were too many people. Morning came, and Fogg and Sir Francis watched while the woman was put on a pile of wood with her dead husband. They did not know what to do. The fire was started, and there seemed nothing they could do to help the poor young victim. The fire grew stronger. Then, suddenly, the dead body on top of the fire stood up. It picked up the woman and jumped down. Everyone around was very afraid. The dead man rushed to Fogg with the woman and said, Let's go. It was Passepartout. Quickly, they lifted the young woman up on the elephant and raced away before the crowd understood what was happening. After the successful rescue, they finally reached Allahabad. There, Fogg paid their guide, and also gave him the elephant. The guide was very pleased. The beautiful young woman thanked everyone in excellent English. Her name was Uda, and she had an uncle in Hong Kong. Fogg offered to take her there, and they caught the next train together. This reached Calcutta at 7 a.m. on the 25th of October. Fogg was no longer 2 days early, but he was not late either. He was happy. What was the problem with the train? The railway wasn't finished. What did Fogg buy for £2,000? An elephant. What was the connection between the dead man and the woman? She was his wife. What is the name of the woman? Uda. When did they arrive in Calcutta? 7 a.m. on the 25th of October. Notes. Sir, a British title before the name, given to a man who is, or who has done, something important. The title for a woman is Lady. British Army and Police in India, these had officers from Britain, but most of the people in these services were Indian. Railways in India. By 1872, Britain had built many railway lines in Britain, starting in the 1830s. By the 1860s, railways were also being built in India. In such a large country, they were a very useful form of transport. 1. Read and answer the questions. 1. Why did everyone have to get off the train? The railway wasn't finished. 2. What did Fogg then do in order to continue the journey? He bought an elephant. 3. What did he and the others stop to try and do on the way? They tried to rescue Uda. 4. How did the rescue happen? Passepartout were frightened and ran away. 5. What happened at the end of the journey through the forest? They arrived in Allahabad and Fogg gave the elephant to the guide. 2. Add the correct thing or person from the story. 1. Sir Francis Cromarty. This was the man who spoke to Fogg during the train journey. 2. The train conductor. This was the person who explained the problem with the railway line. 3. Allahabad. This was the city that they had to reach in order to get on a train again. 4. 50 miles. This was the distance that they had to travel in order to get there. 5. An elephant. This was the type of transport that they used. 6. £2,000. This was the money that Fogg paid for it. 7. The guide. This was the person who led them through the dangerous forest. 8. People were. This was the thing that was happening deep in the forest. 9. The dead man's wife. This was the woman who Fogg and the others wanted to rescue. 10. The temple. This was the place that the crowd took the woman to. 11. Passepartout. This was the person who dressed as the dead person and then saved the woman. 12. Calcutta. This was the city on the other side of India that they reached on the 25th of October.